The right opportunities often arrive after you made peace with what needed to end. Greetings and blessings, my butterflies. Welcome back. This is our morning metamorphosis message. This is our opportunity to set those intentions to embrace, surrender, or transmute any energies, depending on which one's for our highest good. My butterflies, this morning, the combination of the cards that we have this morning is telling a beautiful story that is going to be an important story for us. We start this reading off with the energy of the death card. Now, the death card is rarely ever about, physical death, a physical ending. This energy is usually about transformation, release, rebirth, and making space, for what's changing around you. The death card is often, that energy where something changed and it can no longer go back to the way it once was. It's over with. So this energy says that we cannot become who we're meant to be while still holding on to the person that we've outgrown, to the person that we've outgrown or what we've outgrown, depending on what the circumstances is for you at this time, my butterflies. And we have the teddy bear energy as the clarifying card. Teddy bear says, interested in you, blooming romance, flirting, want to date. Now, this energy, yes, most certainly, it could be talking about romance. But we don't want to, romanticize everything. We want to look at things, from the perspective of our own self healing. And so, with this teddy bear energy, this is symbolizing a new opportunity for connection. This is about joy. This energy could be about vulnerability with the flirting. You open yourself up to flirting. This energy is the heart chakra opening. This is opening up your heart again. So this energy is telling me that once an old chapter, an old cycle, once that closes, our hearts will have room for something healthier to develop. And I want to, if you haven't already checked it out, make sure you check out my inner feminine reading. This reading seems to still be following the message from the divine feminine energy, which was about, you getting out of any repeated thought patterns, subconscious beliefs that you may be operating on, so that you can put yourself out there, so you can be open to community, so you can be open to romance, so you can be open to new environments, so you can be open to having those soul tribes, those people that have mutual interests, like minds. This energy is preparing you to be open to that energy again. And underneath the bottom of the deck, the overall energy that we have Two of Swords. This is indecision. This is like hidden info energy, not knowing what to do. The Two of Swords energy, you might be feel like you're standing at a crossroads, my butterflies. You know something needs to change, but you may still be hesitating because that change is asking you to leave behind what's familiar. And that's what's making you indecisive. You may have fear of the unknown. You may have doubt that this is the correct path to take. But with these energies being here today, my butterflies, this energy is telling us that transformation isn't just about something ending. It's about becoming available for something better. Sometimes we find ourselves asking for those blessings while refusing to release those old attachments. And that energy is counterproductive. It's two energies that don't match. Our heart can't fully receive what's meant for it if we're still holding on to what has already ended. So it's important for us to understand that being open to love, whether that's romantic, whether that's platonic, or whether that's self love, the love for yourself, that energy often begins when we let go of those old fears. This Two of Swords being the underlying truth, the hidden energy, this is reminding us that indecision is still a decision. So waiting too long Can keep us standing in the doorway instead of walking through it. Death doesn't remove things just to leave us empty, my butterflies. That's not why death comes through. That's not why it happens for us. It removes what no longer fits, what no longer serves us. So our next season has the proper and adequate room to grow. We're all in that blossom season, my butterflies. You've been putting in the work, you've been doing your healing. This is your season to blossom. And Spirit wants you to know that it's time to make those decisions, the decision to open up again, the decision to trust again, the decision to feel joy, fulfillment. I want to leave us all with an affirmation, something that we can use to stay grounded in this energy. And this affirmation is going to be, my transformation is leading me exactly where I need to be. My collective, the caterpillar doesn't mourn becoming a butterfly. It embraces what is becoming. So this message that we have for today is reminding us that endings are not evidence that life is taking something away. They're often proof that life is making room for what can truly flourish. So we've been standing at a crossroad. Spirit is encouraging us to trust that our next chapter isn't asking us to know every outcome. It's simply asking us to choose growth over fear. Every intentional choice becomes another step in our metamorphosis. Always remember, my butterflies, different choices yield different results. Until next time, my butterflies, always remember that change is available with this death card. The Two of Swords is asking us, will we choose it? The teddy bear energy, it reminds us that on the other side of the choice, there may be warmth, there may be connection, there may be an experience that we couldn't access while still holding on to the past. Until next time, my butterflies, my healing is your healing, and your healing is mine.